Hey guys, today's project is this waffle stitch diamond top. I am so excited to record this tutorial because for so long I had delayed learning the stitch. I thought it was difficult, but it's actually just double crochets. It's the way we arrange it that gives you this textured look. So yeah, let's begin. For this project, you're just going to need your wool. I use this beautiful brown wool. I really love the shade. Then I use this 4.0mm hook. You can always use any hook as long as it's the right size for your yarn and the holes aren't visible. Then I used a pair of scissors. Any scissors can do the job. This is just a fancy one I saw in my crochet set. Then I used a darning needle, sewing loose ends. As long as the wool can pass through the eye of the needle, that's fine. So this is what the top is going to look like when we're done. This is a sketch of what it's going to look like. It's a diamond top, but we're going to make it as a square. So both sides are going to be equal when we're crocheting it. I'm going to start by making a slip knot like this. Take your yarn and you make an X and you pull through like this. I feel like this is one of the easiest ways to make a slip knot. People have different ways of making it, but I really love this way. It's really simple. Then you chain the length you want the top to be. I'm going to explain how we're going to calculate the length in a bit, but this is how we're going to chain it. So for instance, let's say you want the length to be 15 inches, and when you chained it, it gave you 57 chains. The number of chains that you made has to be divisible by 3. In this example, 57 is divisible by 3. If you got 56, add 1 so that it will be 57 and it will be divisible by 3. Whatever number you get has to be able to divide by 3, okay? Then the number you get, you add 4 to it. And in this example, it gave me 61. So it's 61 chains that I'm going to make. This is what I got when I finished making my chains. So now we're going to make the next row of the top. So we're going to turn our work around and skip the first chain. In the second chain, we're going to make a double crochet like this. That's our first double crochet. We're going to continue making double crochets in every single stitch till we get to the end of the row. These was our double crochets are going to look like when we're done. So now we're going to make the last double crochet for this row. Then chain 1. Turn our work around and make a double crochet in both loops. Like this. Then the next one, I'm going to make a double crochet in the front post. As you take your wool and you insert it behind the double crochet like this. That's what's going to form the protruding part of the waffle top. So now we're going to make a double crochet in both loops like this. That's going to be the flat part. Then I'm going to make a second one in both loops. And the next one is going to be in the front post. That's another protruding part, okay? So yeah, it's going to be like a cycle. You do one in the front post, then two in both loops, like that till we get to the end of the row. The waffles are already being formed, so you can already see it right now. So now this is at the end of the row. When we're done making all the waffles, okay, we're going to make one double crochet, a normal double crochet, just fit it in there. Then chain one, turn our work around, and make a double crochet. Make a double crochet in both loops, just the way we made it in the first row. But the thing about this row is that we're going to do one normal one, that's one in both loops, then two in the front post in each of the cycles, unlike the way we did it before. So now we did one normal one, then now we're going to do two in the front post. That makes one cycle, so now we make another normal one, then two in the front post. Each time I say a normal one, I mean one that passes through both loops, okay? I just want it to be a little bit shorter so that you get to the point. We're going to continue doing this till we get to the end of the row. So now we're doing the ones in the front post. That's the first one in the front post, the second one in the front post. Then we're going to do one normal one and a final normal one. Then chain one. We're going to repeat what we did in the first row. That's the row that we did one in the front post and two normal ones in this row. I'm going to put a timestamp so that you can refer back to it, okay? So you start by making a normal one, then one in the front post, then two normal ones, and we're going to continue doing this one front post, two normal till we get to the end of the row. Now we're able to see the front post protruding to form the waffle, and the ones that were in both loops there inside. So it's now creating the waffle effects that we're looking for. So I'm going to continue doing this, okay? It's a lot easier to know where to insert the hook now because the parts that are protruding are the front posts, and the parts that are inside are the ones in both loops. So without even remembering the pattern, you can just look at it and know what you're doing. It's a lot clearer here, so you can really see the waffles. When we get to the end of the row, we're going to chain 1, turn our work around, and we're going to repeat what we did on the second row. So we do the first normal one as usual, then we do 1 more normal and 2 in the front post. So we continue doing 1 normal, 2 in the front post till we get to the end of the row. The waffles already look so good. We're going to keep alternating the rows. That's 1 row with 1 front post and 2 normal. Then the next row is going to be 1 normal and 2 front posts. We're going to continue repeating this process till we get the same length for both sides of the top. This is the final result. You can see it's a lot easier to know where the front post is supposed to go and where the normal ones are supposed to go. So I'm going to continue that till we get to the end of the row. This is our final front post. Then we do normal. Then we chain 1. And that is the end of the top. So you cut your wool and tighten it. We're going to sew in the loose ends with our darning needle. So insert your wool into the darning needle like this. And sew the wool into it. And cut the wool. we're going to do the next loose end. So insert the wool into the darning needle and sew it in the way we did the first one. Now we're done sewing in the loose ends, so we turn it around, and this is how we're going to wear it. The waffles look so pronounced, and it really has that fine texture. So while we're wearing it, we're going to turn it like this, and we use a rope to tie it to our body. So this is the rope. You're going to get 2 balls of yarn at the same time, make a slip knot, and chain the length you want it to be. Then we pull it, cut the wool, and tighten. That forms the whole rope. You can always trim the ends if you want it that way. So we fit it into the top of the top like this. You can use your crochet hook, you can use your hand, anything you want to use. Then you tie it any way you want to tie it. There are so many beautiful ways to tie it. So just be creative. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Till next time, bye.